It's all about location, location, location.
Winter Park is synonymous with one thing.
There's so much ski history here, ski jumping to alpine skiing.
In 1940, the top of Berthoud Pass had recently been developed as a ski area, but narrow, winding mountain roads made getting there difficult.
Ski enthusiasts scouted a possible location. Where can we put a ski resort? And the answer was pretty obvious. It was at West Portal.
West Portal was where the railroad emerged from the Moffat Tunnel. Winter Park Ski Resort quickly sprang up at the tunnel entrance.
We had something that no other ski resort had, which is access to a rail line that dropped passengers off right here at the base.
With skiers able to easily make the trek from Denver on the train, Winter Park Resort grew quickly. Resort founders needed a suitable base camp to provide skier services. In 1955, they built Balcony House.
It was designed by, founders of the ski area who weren't even, really quote unquote architects. But they certainly had the talent.
Architect Jim Johnson says the building's style reflects Winter Park's unique vibe.
It just resonates with the spirit of Winter Park in terms of inventiveness, bold ideas, creative, playful windows. Balconies are, I call them cascading, large windows really opening to the south side. I think feels indigenous to the context of the mountains.
What fabulous architecture, the mid-century modern. The Balcony House has been the anchor for everything that's gone on.
Janet Engel and Wendy Christensen grew up right next door.
This was our front yard. We grew up playing around, learning how to ski.
Our parents owned the ski shop and the ski school here.
It was built the year that Janet was born.
The building's designers relied on their father for advice while designing Balcony House.
He grew up in a plumbing family, so Steve Bradley, talked to Dad about wherefores on how to do some of the plumbing.
The Balcony House served many roles over the years.
Ticket booth, it was the cafeteria.
The place to go in the morning was the coffee and tea market. Our parents at one time owned a soap company, and it was also down where the men's bathrooms are now.
It became the daycare center.
So many reincarnations and reinventions have happened to it. But all along, it has always been the place where you go meet at the end of the day.
Today, the coffee shop still showcases the building's unique architecture, but renovations have covered over the building's once prominent role in Winter Park's history.
Part of history, too, is evolution, right? So things need to change with the changing needs of our market and our demographics and the skiers.
Winter Park CEO Sky Folks says competition drives change.
What's core to our DNA, we need to keep, but when we think about services and facilities, it needs to evolve with the customer base.
We've always really done things here to honor our history. Part of history is architecture, etc., but the real basis of history is the culture.
Gary DeFrange oversaw the creation of the master plan, which will shape Winter Park's future. The existing Balcony House does not figure into that plan. DeFrange says the building is nearing the end of its useful life.
If you look at this building, number one, structurally, it's a real challenge. I can't tell you how many times when I was here we had to go in and reinforce the foundation of this building. The building itself just does not function or accommodate what we need to do to take care of skiers and visitors and their families and riders year-round.
He says the plans pay tribute to the history of the site.
There's a way to rebuild this building, and there's a way to maintain the history and show that we're respecting the history, not only of the building, but of Steve Bradley, who was the guy that built it.
Those wanting to save the building see things differently.
There's really no bad time to save a classic building.
Jim Johnson worked on the renovation of Denver's Union Station. He sees the same potential in Balcony House, mixing the old with new construction behind it.
There's definitely a win-win approach to this whole thing where, the great parts of the Balcony House can be saved, the less functional parts can be eliminated, but you keep the essence of the design and you get a magic out of the result.
Many view historic preservation in terms of either or. Either we keep this building or we demolish it. And it really needs to be reframed as both and. We can have both this historic building and have thoughtful additions to it that service the needs of a growing ski resort.
For those who grew up on the front porch of Balcony House, preserving the building maintains the vision of Winter Park's developers.
We both grew up with the man that designed it and built it, and he was amazing in himself. It's a tribute to his vision, too. And I don't want to lose that.